So next we are going to see the few numerical problems in electrostatics lesson. An electric dipole has a magnitude of its charge is q and its dipole moment is p. It is placed in a uniform electric field strength is E. If it is a dipole moment is along the direction of electric field, the force acting on it F and potential energy U. First see the direction of electric field acting on this direction. Electric dipole is lying along the electric field intensity minus q charge and plus q charge. So the electric dipole moment direction acting along the electric field intensity. In this case, positive charge in an electric dipole experiences electric force along the direction of electric field F is equal to QE. And the negative charge in an electric dipole experiences electrostatic force in opposite the direction of electric field F is equal to minus QE. Here, both the charge in an electric dipole experiences equal magnitude of force and acting opposite direction. Net force acting on the electric dipole is 0. Net force acting on the electric dipole is 0 Newton. Next case, if electric dipole moment direction acts along the direction of electric field, angle between P vector and E vector is 0 degree. Then at this position, electric potential energy of electric dipole is lying along the direction of electric field. E is equal to minus Pe cos theta. Here theta is equal to 0 degree. U is equal to minus Pe cos 0 degree. Cos 0 value 1. U is equal to minus Pe. In this question, net force acting on the electric dipole is 0. At this case or at this position, electric potential energy of electric dipole subjected within uniform electric field U is equal to minus Pe. This electric potential energy is possessed by the electric dipole acts along the direction of electric field. That potential energy possessed by the electric dipole is minimum. So 0 and minimum, third choice. So next question, electric dipole of moment P vector is lying along the uniform electric field E, work done in rotating the dipole by 90 degree. So here let us consider uniform electric field. Initially electric dipole is lying along the direction of electric field intensity minus q charge and plus q charge, direction of dipole moment to P. In first case, angle between P vector and E vector is 0 degree. Now calculate the amount of work done to rotating an electric dipole from axis parallel to perpendicular. Final position of electric dipole minus q charge and plus q charge. Direction of dipole moment acts along this direction. Now angle between P vector and E vector is 90 degree. So calculate the amount of work done to rotating electric dipole from axis parallel to perpendicular. That amount of work done W is equal to Pe 1 minus cos theta. So this is the expression is helpful us to calculate the work done to rotating electric dipole from axis parallel to any other position of angle theta. W is equal to Pe 1 minus cos theta value 90 degree, cos 90 value 0, then W is equal to P. Work done to rotating an electric dipole from axis parallel to axis perpendicular is Pe. So fourth choice. Amount of work done to rotating electric dipole from initial position of angle theta 1 and final position of angle theta 2. Calculate the amount of work done to rotating electric dipole. W is equal to final potential energy minus initial potential energy. So W is equal to final potential energy minus P cos theta 2 minus initial potential energy minus P cos theta 1. Then W is equal to minus P cos theta 2 plus P cos theta 1 amount of work done to rotating electric dipole in a uniform electric field from one position to another position. W is equal to P cos theta 1 minus P cos theta 2. So W is equal to P take common out cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. This is the expression to represent the work done to rotating electric dipole with a uniform electric field from initial position to final position at any other position. W is equal to P cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. But in this expression, work done to rotating electric dipole from axis parallel to any other position, W is equal to P of 1 minus cos theta. So next problem, a square of side L meter in a plane of the paper. See, this is the plane of the bow. Square of length L meter which is lying along the plane of the bow. A uniform electric field E volt per meter is also in the plane of the board. Thus uniform electric field acting along the plane of the board is limited only the lower half of the square of the surface. Thus uniform electric field is established lower half of the square. Then electric flux through the square surface. Generally, electric flux formula phi is equal to E A cos theta. Electric flux through this surface, which is equal to uniform electric field intensity, surface area. Theta is the angle between normal to the surface and the direction of electric field. Normal down to the square surface acting along this direction and the direction of electric field directed right. Then angle between normal to the surface and the direction of electric field, theta is equal to 90 degree. Here substitute flux to the square surface, pi is equal to E A cos 90 degree. Cos 90 value is 0, then pi is equal to 0. Now flux to the lower half of the square surface is 0, third choice. So next, charges plus q and the minus q are placed at the points A and B respectively, which are a distance 2L apart. C is the midpoint between A and B. Work done in moving a charge plus q along the semicircle of C or D. First see, there are two charges, plus q charge and minus q charge are placed at a point A and B. See, A point plus q charge, minus q charge is placed at the B point, minus q charge placed at a point B, which are distance of 2L apart. Distance between positive charge and negative charge is 2L apart. C is the midpoint between A and B. So C is the midpoint between A and B. Then distance of AC is L. Then distance of CB is L. Then distance of BD also L. Then calculate the work done in moving a charge plus q along the semicircle of C or D. So initially plus q charge is placed at a point C. Then moving this plus q charge from C point to D point through the semicircle. In a conservative electrostatic field, total amount of work done in moving the charge, which is independent of nature of the path followed by the body. It entirely depends upon initial position and the final position in the conservative field. So already we know that amount of work done in moving a charge from one point to another point through a difference in potential, W is equal to delta V into Q. This is the main expression. Q amount of charges move from one point to another point through a difference in potential. W is equal to delta V into Q. So W is equal to final potential minus initial potential into moving charge here Q. First of all, you are aim to determine the what is initial potential, then final potential. This is equation number 1. Initially, plus q charge is placed at the midpoint of A and B. So, plus q charge and minus q charge, both the equal magnitude of charge and separated by a 2L distance, it will produces electric potential at this C point is 0 because positive charge produces electric potential at C point through a distance L is a positive potential plus V. The same distance with the same magnitude of electric charge produces electric potential at this C point through a same distance L. It will equal magnitude of negative potential at this point. So, total electric potential at a point C due to both the charges is 0. Initial potential 0 volt. Then, we are going to calculate the final potential. Potential at a point D due to positive charge and due to negative charge. We are going to calculate the final potential. So, calculate the potential at a point D due to positive charge. Potential at a point D, which is equal to due to positive charge. So, electric potential at a point D due to a positive charge through a 3L distance. Actually, 2L distance between A point and B point, the distance between A point and D point is 3L. So, electric potential at a point D due to positive charge, V1 is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, the distance is 3L. So, electric potential at a point D due to negative charge placed at this point B minus Q. Electric potential V2 is equal to minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. The distance of the point D from the minus Q charge is L. So, what is the total electric potential at a point D due to both the charge? Vd is equal to V1 plus V2. So, Vd is equal to V1 value Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3L plus minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L. Then Vd is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 3L minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L. Then Vd is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L taken out 1 divided by 3 minus 1. Then Vd is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L 1 minus 3 divided by 3. So, Vd is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L minus 2 divided by 3. This is electric potential at a point D due to both the charges. But aim to determine the work done to moving the charge from C point to D point. W is equal to final potential is Vd minus initial potential is Vc into moving charge is Q. So, W is equal to Vd value Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L into minus 2 divided by 3 minus 0 into Q. In moving a charge plus Q from C point to D point through a semicircular path is entirely depends upon initial position and the final position, which is independent of nature of path. So, W is equal to minus 2 divided by 3 Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L into Q. Then W is equal to 1, 2, then minus Q into Q divided by 6 pi epsilon naught into L. So right choice 4. Minus q, capital Q divided by 6 pi epsilon naught L. Next, we move another problem. 3 point charges plus q minus 2q plus q are placed at points x is equal to 0, y is equal to a, z is equal to 0. Then x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. And x is equal to a, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 respectively. Then magnitude of and direction of electric dipole moment vector of this assembly of charges. There are 3 point charges. Plus q point charge location along the x-axis, along the y-axis, along the z-axis. There are 3 coordinate axis system. Plus q charge location x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0, but y is equal to a. Position of the plus q charge. X is equal to 0, y is equal to a, z is equal to 0. That is the position of the plus q charge. Then position of the minus 2q charge. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Position of the minus 2q charge. So x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 is in origin. Next, position of the plus q charge. Third, x is equal to a, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 along the x-axis. Along the x-axis, position of the plus q charge, plus q. X is equal to a, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. So now see the position of the plus q charge along the x-axis through a distance a. Then position of in this plus q charge from this origin, the distance is a, the same distance. Now the position of the minus 2q charge is placed at the origin. Now minus 2q charge is split into minus q charge and minus q charge. One minus q charge, one plus q charge is separated by a distance apart. It will act as a one electric dipole. The direction of dipole moment acts from minus q charge to plus q charge P1 vector. Another one minus q charge and plus q charge is assembled with the a distance. It will act as another electric dipole. The direction of dipole moment acts from minus q charge to plus q charge, that is P2 vector. So both the electric dipole moment of P1 vector, another electric dipole moment of P2 vector inclined right angles to each other 90 degree. What is the resultant magnitude of dipole moment can be calculated by using parallelogram law of vectors. Resultant electric dipole moment, which is equal to square root of P1 square plus P2 square plus 2 P1 P2 cos theta. Here theta is the angle between direction of P1 and direction of P2. Theta is equal to 90 degree. P1 vector and P2 vector inclined right angles to each other. Then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment P1 square plus P2 square plus 2 P1 P2 cos 90 degree. Cos 90 value 0. Then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment square root of P1 square plus P2 square. This entire expression becomes 0. Then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment PR is equal to square root of P1 square plus P2 square. But in the case of first electric dipole moment magnitude, P1 is equal to magnitude of any one of the charge Q and dipole distance is A. Then magnitude of electric dipole moment of second, magnitude of any one of the charge plus Q minus Q, any one of the charge Q and dipole distance is A. Both P1 magnitude and P2 magnitude both is equal, which is equal to P. Then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment PR, which is equal to square root of P square plus P2 also P square, then PR is equal to square root of 2P square, then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment which is equal to root 2 P, then resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment PR is equal to root 2 P value, either we take Q into A, Q into A. This is resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment. Then resultant electric dipole moment magnitude root 2 QA, and the resultant electric dipole moment acts along this direction, PR vector. Then resultant electric dipole moment vector lies in between the 2 points at the origin at this point. At this origin point, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. This is the point. And another point, resultant electric dipole moment direction, this point lies x is equal to a, then y is equal to also a, but z is equal to 0. So resultant magnitude of electric dipole moment root 2 into QA, and the resultant direction of electric dipole moment lies in between the point x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 to x is equal to a, y is equal to a, z is equal to 0. So second choice, root 2 QA along the line joining the point x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, and x is equal to a, y is equal to a, z is equal to 0. So next question, electric potential at a point in a free space due to charge q coulomb is q into 10 power 11 volt. That is electric potential V due to a point charge plus q. That electric field at that point, that is a solution, electric charge plus q coulomb in free space produces electric potential V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R, which is equal to Q into 10 power 11 volt. This is plus Q coulomb charge situated in free space produces electric potential through a distance V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon R. That value is given Q into 10 power 11 volt. What is electric field intensity at this same point due to plus Q coulomb charge? E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. This expression we can rewrite E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R into R. So E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R is electric potential at a point due to charge V divided by R. So therefore E is equal to V divided by R. Now electric potential at a point due to a charge V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R, which is equal to Q into 10 power 11. So therefore Q get cancelled. 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 11, which is equal to R. So distance of the point from the plus Q coulomb charge is R is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 11. At this point, what is electric field intensity? E is equal to V divided by R. Then E is equal to, already we know that at this point electric potential Q into 10 power 11 volt divided by distance of the point from the plus 2 coulomb charge, R value 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 11. Then electric field intensity at this point Q into 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 11 into, already 10 power 11 is there in numerator. E is equal to Q into 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 22 volt per meter. This is resultant electric field intensity at this point. Q into 4 pi epsilon naught into 10 power 22 volt per meter. First choice. The next problem, electric potential at a point x, y, z is given by V is equal to minus x square y minus x z cube plus 4. Then electric field at that point. So already we know that the relation connecting in between electric field intensity and electric potential E vector is equal to minus dV divided by dx vector. Now, variation of electric potential with respect to the distance, it will be variation of potential with respect to only one coordinate axis. That is the expression Ex vector is equal to minus dV divided by dx. But in this case, variation of electric potential is entirely depends upon three coordinate axes. It can be rewrite resultant electric field at a point in space. E vector is equal to Ex I cap plus Ey j cap plus Ez k cap. This is the resultant electric field at a point in space. It centrally depends upon three coordinate axes, can be calculated with the help of expression E vector is equal to Ex I cap plus Ey j cap plus Ez k cap. Is equation number 1. First we are going to calculate the electric field intensity at a point. It depends upon x coordinate axis. Ex vector, which is equal to minus dou v divided by dou x I cap. So which is equal to minus dou divided by dou x I cap. V value minus x square y minus x z cube plus 4. It will differentiate along the x axis minus 2x y minus z cube. So therefore plus 2xy plus z cube along the I cap. This is Ex I cap. Then electric field intensity along the y coordinate axis Ey j cap, which is equal to minus dou v divided by dou y j cap minus dou divided by dou y. V value minus x square y minus x z cube plus 4, which is equal to minus x square, that's all, plus x square j cap Ey j cap. Then electric field intensity along the z coordinate axis Ez k cap, which is equal to minus dou v divided by dou z k cap minus dou divided by dou z k cap. V value minus x square y minus x z cube plus 4. So minus 3z square x, which is equal to plus 3z square x k cap Ez k cap. Then resultant electric field intensity at a point in space E vector is equal to Ex I cap plus Ey j cap plus Ez k cap. So Ex I cap 2xy plus z cube I cap Ey j cap plus x square j cap plus Ez k cap 3z square x k cap. This is the resultant electric field intensity at a point in space. First choice. So next question, electric field at a distance 3r divided by 2 from the center of the charged conducting spherical shell of radius r is E. The electric field at a distance r divided by 2 from the center of the sphere. Solution, let us consider charged hollow sphere, radius r. The given positive charges are uniformly distributed on its surface of the spherical shell. A given value, electric field at a distance 3r divided by 2. The distance 3r divided by 2 means 3 divided by 2r, which is equal to 1.5 times radius of the spherical shell. That point is lies from the center of the spherical shell. That r distance, which is equal to 1.5 times radius of the spherical shell. That point lies outside the uniformly charged spherical shell. Electric field intensity is there. But in the case, electric field at a distance r divided by 2, the distance r divided by 2, which is equal to 0.5 times radius of the spherical shell, that point, P point, is lies exactly inside the uniformly charged spherical shell. From the center, the distance r is equal to r by 2. That point is lies inside the uniformly charged spherical shell. Electric field intensity at that point E is equal to 0. So, right choice is first.